Hi everyone, welcome back to another digital plan with me on the iPad. If you're new to the channel, I do plan with me videos every single month, so you can tune into the series to see how I'm planning in my digital planner on the iPad. Today I am using the new iPad Air 5. I have mine in the 256 gigabyte configuration with cellular in the new gorgeous blue color. And we're going to dig into my digital planner today. The app that I'm using today is GoodNotes. This is the app I mainly use for my digital planners. So hopping into GoodNotes. And then the digital planner that I've been using for the past few months now is the Cyberry digital planner. I'll have videos linked in the description below if you're interested in checking out more about the Cyberry digital planner. But this is the kind of flagship digital planner that I released in October that has been making its waves. So this is the planner that I'm using. I'm using the light mode version of Cyberry, and this is what March looked like. So if you're not familiar already with my planning style, I'm a very functional planner. I don't decorate a ton, and if I do, a lot of the stickers and whatnot I use are also very functional. So we have some of the widgets here that I was using from the widget packs. And another thing that I've noticed with my planning style recently is that I've been really relying on the monthly view of my planner more so than like the weekly and the daily pages and whatnot. So this is what March looked like. I actually used my digital planner maybe 5 times total in March, just because March was kind of hectic and busy and kind of flying by the seat of my pants a bit. And so I didn't really use my digital planner in March, so it's going to be refreshing to set up April and be more consistent with my digital planner in April. I don't think I used any of the weekly pages in March. I did set up a few, I think one weekly page, and so this is what traditionally a weekly page for me looks like in Cyberry, but again, I mainly rely on the monthly view because I like to see kind of big picture things. And so that's how I set up my March here. So I have my ongoing projects that I checked off as I was going. I had a priorities widget with things that I wanted to prioritize. And then up here at the top are kind of like other current products or projects that I'm working on that I don't necessarily intend to finish that month, but are just kind of ongoing and kind of in the back of my mind. So these are things that I was working on, and I did actually finalize the teacher planner design, so I can go in and change that. So let's see here. These are not my usual pen sizes. All right, so since I'm using GoodNotes on the new iPad Air, I'm just going to adjust my pens here. So I use 0.5 and I use the fountain pen, and I make sure that it's on 50% for both tip sharpness and pressure sensitivity. That is what I prefer for my main kind of go-to pen. So I'm just going to erase this real quick and then check it off with my usual pen thickness. And yeah, so as you can see, I like to put in kind of my bills. A lot of my bills are automated, but I still like to have them on my calendar so I know when to expect money to be withdrawn from my accounts. And then I'll have a section for my YouTube videos. I put a little thing for St. Patrick's Day and just all kinds of other things. And yeah, you can see that I wasn't able to get much done for March, but that's okay because we had a bunch of other like more personal things that were going on that are very exciting. So yeah, hopping over into April, you'll see that I actually have April set up, but this was to kind of play around with the April monthly kit. So I did launch a themed kit for April. This is something that I used to do in 2018 and 2019. I used to create themed kits for the month, and so I am trying to start that up again. So I released a kit for April, and I'm already working on a kit for May. But the kit for April, the theme for April was honey lavender, and so there are a lot of assets here that are kind of purples and yellows and kind of honey and lavender, kind of daisies, very floral and very nice. So I was experimenting with that kit here for this, but I think I'm going to stick with kind of my same style here. These colored lines that you see if you're kind of new to my videos, they're actually just using the highlighter here in GoodNotes. And because I am using the iPad Air today, I will share with you the highlighter colors that I like to use to set up my digital planner. The colors that I'm using here, they're kind of nice colors and they're not super overwhelmingly bright, and they kind of go along with kind of these stickers that are included with Cyberry and these widgets here. They all kind of flow really nicely together. So I will be sharing my hex codes that I use for my highlighter today as well. But hopping over into April, this is a great setup for April, but it's not one that I'm going to stick with for this month. I might stick with the goals widget, but as far as these kind of stickers, I'm going to remove those. One thing that I did want to let you know, that if you are huge into using a ton of different stickers, you want to be aware of how many you're using per page, because stickers, digital stickers, are images. Images can be pretty hefty files. Even if you compress them, optimize them to get them as low as possible, if you're adding a ton of stickers, regardless if the file size is really low, you're still adding on that file size. You're compounding it as you're adding it to more pages. And so you will weigh your digital planner down. So if we hop over into March, March loads pretty fast. I have a few stickers here. These kind of little icons you see are stickers. And so, yeah, there's a few stickers here. We have stickers here, my widget stickers, but April has a ton more, and you'll see that it takes just like half a second longer or so to load, and that's because I'm using a ton of stickers here. All right, so hopping back into April, let's go ahead and remove some of this. So I'm just going to use my lasso tool to circle all of that up. Oh. There are a few things that I've typed out here in my planner that I'm just going to make sure that I don't accidentally lasso here. And again, if you're interested in this set, I will have it linked in the description below. I might keep the days of the week though, I'm not sure. I'll remove those for now, in case I change my mind. And then I'll leave my goals widget here and kind of this text for now. So before I get too much farther in putting out my dates and planning out things, I'm going to go ahead and add in my highlighters. So I have my highlighter tool selected here, and I'm just going to select a color. It gives you 5 preset colors, which are fine, but they're kind of your traditional highlighter colors, these bright neon colors for annotating and things like that, which are great. I'm just going to click edit here and hit this plus icon. And then I'm going to go grab my other highlighter colors. So let me see what those hex codes are. So let's see. I'm going to actually turn my iPad portraits. This is one of my kind of pet peeves about GoodNotes, is that the UI is not great for highlighter colors in landscape mode, which is how I primarily use my iPad. I almost never use it in portrait mode. So now that I have it in portrait mode though, you can see the rest of the highlighter box here, and then I can just type in my hex code here. So for the purple color that I really like using, it's C7C6E6. And these are actually the hex codes that I use for the KDigitalStudio branding. So that's how I came up with these colors. I'm going to hit that plus button. I'm going to hit the plus button, and then if I back out, it adds it as my highlighter color. I accidentally hit it twice, but I'm going to click this color now, and then I'm going to type in my second hex code color. So the green that I like to use is CBE3C3. And because I have the iPad Air, there is not a numbers row like there is on my 12.9-inch iPad. I know I've gotten questions about how I have that kind of number row. And that's because I have the bigger iPad Pro. But what you can do to easily access any of these kind of lighter characters here, so like the numbers or any of these characters, you can actually just swipe down on the key. So now that I have my color here, I'm just going to select that and add it to my presets. If I back out, I now have that color. Going to go in with my third favorite color for highlighters here. Let me delete this. And this is the more orangey color that you saw on my March spread, and that's F3. I can swipe down on E to get 3, and then I can do B, swipe down on Q to get 1, swipe down on T to get 5, and then F. So that's F3B15F. Add that to my presets. If I back out, now I have these 3 nice colors here. I'm going to grab a few more just in case I need to access any other colors. So let's do another purple color that I really like using. And the hex code for this one is VDC0D4. We'll add that one. That's a tad bit more of a muted purple. It might be hard to see that one on camera since they're pretty similar. And then I think I will grab maybe a pink color. So let's go in with pink here. We'll do EEA393. Add that to my colors, and then I'm going to click done, and now we have all of the colors there that I can use for my planner. So there are duplicates of this for some reason, so I'm just going to click that color and hit remove. And now I have a new row of colors that I can work with. If I need to access any more highlighter colors though, I will be sure to add more and share more of my hex codes with you. So now I'm just going to flip my iPad Air back around since I do like to use it in landscape, and Cyber is in landscape, and it just works so much better that way for me. All right, so now that I'm back around, let's go ahead and start planning out for April. So I'm just gonna hop back over into March so you can see what we're working with and how I planned. So normally I will go in with my finances first and then my YouTube videos. And since I already have this kind of already planned out, what I can do is just come in here with my lasso, copy, and then hop back over into April and then paste that on the appropriate date, so the 1st here. These icons here are part of the pack so if I hop over into my stickers, I still have stickers that are loading and syncing with GoodNotes because for some reason GoodNotes takes so long to sync. While I'm waiting, I will show you what the April pack looks like. So here is a glimpse at the April monthly pack. It also comes with inserts that you can use. So I pre-made some inserts that you can use and insert into your planner if you wanted to. So there was a look at that. So I was using the content creation icons and labels, and it's actually linked here for the colors. It does take a bit to load because they are stickers, but that's something that I like using. It's just very minimal and very simple. And I have another icons and labels pack, which is more just kind of general planning. It's still trying to sync though, but those are the stickers that I was using earlier. And I used the Cyber add-on stickers as well as some of these reminder widget stickers that you'll see. So we'll get into that. I'm just going to hop back over though into my planner. Hop back over into Cyber. All right, so now I'm just going to go back and forth between March and April. I'm going to click these 3 dots here and then just do a new window of the same app. That way I can just hop between the windows for March and April without having to use the links here. So I can just click this, hop back to April, hop back to March, and so on. So now that I'm in March, I'm going to lasso more of the finances because those don't change. Hop back into April. That was on the 8th. So I can just paste those in here. Hopping back over to March, we have internet on the 9th. Then I'm just going to go back and forth, pasting my finances. All right, now that I have all of that in there, I'm just going to come in here and lasso and copy this YouTube section here, and we're gonna paste that over into April as well. So just to kind of cover how I've done this. So I used the same font that comes with Cyber, and the font that I use in Cyber is available to download in the Cyber library, but it's basically a font that's very similar to San Francisco by Apple. It's kind of like the cousin of the font. And so it's just a very basic sans serif font, kind of system looking font that I used. And then I used the icons from the icon packs, and then I took my highlighter going with the middle section here, so 4.6, and then I just chose a color and highlighted it. Looks like I used the bigger version of this highlight here, which is 6.95. And then I just highlighted it. Makes it really nice and kind of seamless, and it goes very well with the widget colors and the widget packs and the Cyberry add-on stickers that are included. So now that I have that, what I'm going to do is just lasso and copy the YouTube video all on Saturdays. I normally release videos on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. And so what I'm going to do is just go down the line here and paste those in. A lot of times I will go ahead and plan this out and then later think about the videos that I want to do for those days. A lot of times I won't know until a week before or a few days before. And so I like to kind of keep it open and just kind of jot out my ideas for certain videos. All right, so now that we have that in there, we have some text that I already kind of jotted out that I didn't want to forget. And so I'm hoping to launch a Skillshare class this month. I don't think it's going to be the 8th anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of push this until the very end of the month. So as you can see for YouTube videos, I have it as purple. I have finance things as green. And then I normally went with kind of products or launches as orange. So I'm going to keep with that here and just circle that. I did kind of get it off center from the text, so I'm just going to lasso the highlight and move it to center it. And then I also want to launch the student and teacher planners this month. If you follow me on Instagram, then you're well aware that I've been working on student and teacher planners for several months now, and I'm kind of in the home stretch. I'm almost done with the teacher planners. The student planners have been done for quite a while now, but I want to launch them together. And so, yeah, really striving for this month, and I think I'm going to just kind of throw it in this week to give myself time. You know, if you're familiar with my launches, you know that I like to have tutorial videos and helpful guides and just build out a really nice support system, since I know a lot of people who purchase products from KDigitalStudio are new to digital planning entirely, and so it can be very overwhelming if you're new to digital planning, and so I try to offer as much help as I can. So I'm trying to give myself as much time to create that help and that support for you. So I'm going to have that there. And we'll kind of reassess throughout the month if I need to move things up, if things are going really well, or if I need to push things back to get some more time. Also hoping to launch a Skillshare class. I've been in the process of planning 3 different Skillshare classes, and I'm trying to decide which that I want to prioritize. I did create a poll for the Skillshare classes that I've been working on, and they were all evenly split, so it didn't necessarily help. It actually made me a bit more confused. So I think I'm just going to work on all kind of at the same time, and once my heart starts leading in a different direction, I will launch that course. But hoping to launch all of them eventually, but I'm just trying to decide which one I want to prioritize and launch first. So, all right, so now that I have that in there, there's one other section here. Closing day, we did go under contract for our very first home, which is why March has been so chaotic and just kind of a mess with planning, and I've been needing to be more flexible and kind of set work aside a bit to figure out being a homeowner and this whole process, since it's very new to me and I'm very young. So that's why I've been kind of more relaxed with planning March and just connecting with you all on a different level, as far as knowing that I'm not a perfect planner, that I don't use my digital planner every single day, or at least I didn't in March. And so kind of setting up April in that way where I'm not feeling the pressure of, okay, I need to use this planner, I need to write out all my things, because a lot of times life isn't perfect and it's just not going to work out that way. So that's why I'm being a bit more relaxed in this one with me. I did also ask on Instagram if you wanted kind of a more real-time, like 30 to 50 minute video, or something kind of more curated and edited under like 10 minutes. But a lot of you wanted to see another real-time plan with me. So I hope that this has been kind of enjoying to watch, to have on in the background, since I know a lot of you like to put on more relaxing videos and just hearing me chat and whatnot while I'm planning. I hope that's relaxing to you as you are also planning. So yes, I do have closing day coming up, and we are moving about 2.5 to 3 hours away, depending on traffic and how you look at things. And so I need to have that on my calendar, and I think this is where I will use that pink highlighter since I haven't used that one yet, or this kind of like salmon color. All right, now that I have that in there, I don't think there's anything else that I need to drop in here. Honestly, this is what April's looking like. I really need to keep it open because there's just a bunch of moving things going on right now, of course. I do have my phone off to the side. You all, if you're familiar with my videos, you know that I also like to just kind of throw things into my iCalendar or my Apple Calendar and then add them to my digital planner later because it kind of reinforces what I need to do and my tasks. So I'm just going to hop over into the calendar here actually so you can see it. So this is what March was looking like, and then here's April. So there's not much really going on for April aside from all the things that I can't necessarily plan. There is a few holidays. I know we have Easter coming up, Good Friday, Passover, we have Earth Day, Tax Day, but I don't think there's anything necessarily super crucial I need in my planner. I do have an appointment with the DMV since I did change my name that I actually need to cancel. So let me go ahead and put that into my GoodNotes. Also, I don't know what's been going on with GoodNotes recently, but it's just been very laggy and very crashy. I did update it before this, and it's still being weird. Like, what is this? Can't click anything. Everything else works perfectly. Let me close it out and see if that fixes it. It looks like I made it worse. See, this is what I'm talking about. Life is not perfect. Things are just going to not go your way, and I don't want you to also feel that pressure of having to use your digital planner every day as a tool. It's not your homework. So, all right, crisis averted. Here we go. Back into April. I'm going to hop back over into March, and I'm just going to grab this priorities widget. I really like using these two widgets together. Just going to copy that over and hop back into April. And then we're going to paste that there. And then I'm just going to put, let me find the font that I like using. Let's see here. Here we go. Cancel Wow. Okay. Cancel DMV appointment. Wow. And we will resize that to fit. Cancel DMV appointment. Other priorities. Let's see. Quote on contractors. And then we'll just resize that. And then we'll do packing. Yeah, so just a lot of stuff going on in it. It just feels pretty overwhelming, and so I'm just kind of planning to get more of a grip and feel more in charge of things, but trying to keep it open so I don't feel disappointed when things don't go my way because of how I planned them a month prior. You know what I mean? So hopping back into March, I really like using these stickers as I was planning out kind of more longer term projects. Still working on the 2023 designs for Cyberry, so Cyberry Vol 2 or Part 2. So the 2023 version of Cyberry, still working on those designs. I've been working on the script font by hand for months. I'm pretty sure it's almost been a year at this point, and I still have not worked on this font. I don't know if I'm going to bring this over into April yet, since April is going to be a stressful month. May is also going to be a pretty busy month, less than April, and then June's going to be super busy because that's when the end of May or early June is when we're moving. So it's going to be so crazy, but I don't think I'm going to move over that script font. What I am going to do though is just copy this sticker here. This is an add-on sticker that came with Cyberry, so if you have a Cyberry digital planner, then you have access to these stickers. They are just kind of little pill-shaped stickers, but there's a number of different versions of these stickers. Let me just move that over. So I'm going to come over here into my lasso tool and deselect text boxes so I can delete this text here. Why did I delete my image? Oh, I meant to deselect images, sorry. You're going to deselect images but have text boxes selected so I can delete the text but not the image. My bad. Okay, so now that I have that in there, I'm just going to turn images back on in case I need it. And then longer term projects, I'm not really sure. I'm just going to leave those blank for now because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself for this month, because my priority this month is student and teacher planners, finalizing the Siberia 2023 designs, and then these smaller things, getting quotes, packing, and canceling my appointment. And hopefully launching a Skillshare class, but that's going to be less of a priority than these planners. So that's what I'm going to leave it for April. Like I said, it's just been kind of chaotic, and I don't feel comfortable planning so intently like I did the past few months, because that was just very routine. I knew what I could accomplish each day and what I could accomplish that month, but over these next 3 months, I'm not sure what all I can accomplish. You know, there's things that I can work on every day, and I know that I want to work on, like the teacher planners or the student planners every day, but beyond that, it's just been kind of chaos. So I hope that sharing this makes you feel a bit better about your situations if it's been harder for you to stick to a routine recently as we're kind of changing and moving into different seasons, but just a lot of decluttering and going through our things and just kind of getting on track for possibly like about to move into our first home and everything. So April, May, and June, not really sure the future trajectory here, because we did accomplish our big goal of going under contract for our first home, and it's just going to be kind of chaos. So I hope sharing this kind of gave you a glimpse into just how real life can be, especially for me as a digital planner creator and someone who kind of positioned themselves to help you and guide you. And, you know, I'm human too, and this is kind of what we're working with. And a lot of times that's okay. Like, you can plan like this every month if you need to. So I hope this was helpful. I think I'm just going to leave it here. And, yeah, not sure if I want to go into all of the daily pages or the weeks or anything, because this is kind of just what we're working with, and we're going to try and make this work. So, yeah, that's kind of a look at how I'm going to set up this month. And I'm not going to mess with any of the pages here. I just want something extremely stress-free and just really easy to look at and glance at to see what I'm doing. And so this is what we're going to work with for this month. I hope you found this helpful. I guess we could also go in with a few decorative stickers just to make it a bit more fun, since there's not going to be anything too crazy like filling up these blocks here. So I'm just going to go in with the April monthly kit here and pick up some of these daisies, kind of paste them around, kind of give myself little happy reminders that things will be okay this month, even if they're stressful and new and kind of just unknown territory. So we're going to put those in, and this is kind of how I like to decorate. I think it's kind of a nice balance of just filling up some space, but not being like an impediment or just like kind of impeding our function here. I don't know if there's any other decorations I want to add though. Maybe some paper rips, if it doesn't block this. Cute. I think we'll leave it there for today's plan with me. Let me know what you have going on in April. Maybe you're having a less stressful April than me, or maybe you're having a more stressful April than me. I would still love to hear what you have planned for spring, and if you're doing any spring cleaning, maybe digital declutter would be a good one. But yeah, I'm just kind of interested to hear what's going on with you all, and I hope that you enjoyed this Plan With Me session. I know it was quite different from my other Plan With Me sessions, just because trying to be more flexible and more open and just kind of using my monthly calendar here to keep things moving. You know, just having like one goal of just get this done this month and working on that a little bit every day is going to be key for me for the next month or so, or next 3 months or so. So that is what we are working with, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to comment below what you're excited for this April or what you have going on. I hope you enjoyed this more realistic side of a Plan With Me session, and yeah, it was great chatting with you and kind of planning out the month. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you want to see more Plan With Me's, then be sure to check the description. I'll link the Plan With Me playlist below so you can see how I plan in different digital planners. I've done multiple Plan With Me's outside of Cyberry. I've tried multiple planning styles of being more functional, more decorative, daily, weekly, monthly planning, all kinds of stuff in those Plan With Me videos. So if you haven't seen all of them, then it'll be fun to binge watch the rest of them while you're still in your planning session if you are. So thank you so much for planning with me, and I will see you next month with the next Plan With Me, but I will be seeing you next week with another video. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!